Morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. Just a quick video this week. I probably should have done this one a week or two back. It's actually just a quick one to show you the Blu-rays etc that I had for Christmas. Quite a decent haul this year. Starting off with this one, Le Mans 66, which I'm really looking forward to getting into. Christian Bale and Matt Damon. Basically the story of Ford's attempts to create the world's fastest car and race it against Ferrari's car in the Le Mans 24-hour race. One of the first films I ever saw at the cinema was Le Mans starring Steve McQueen. So I've got a bit of a soft spot for that kind of film, so I'm looking forward to getting into that one. I've also had three classic thrillers from the early 70s. This is when we really knew how to make good suspense movies. Starting with this one, And Soon the Darkness. It stars Michelle Doctrice, who was basically Frank Spencer's wife in Some Mothers Do Have 'Em. This is one of those movies that was a bit of a precursor to what you would now class as a slasher film. Made in 1971. It's basically the story of two nurses who go on a cycling holiday in France along a stretch of road that, little do they know, several girls were murdered on years before. You can pretty much guess where it goes, but the ending will surprise you. It is a really, really good film, well put together, good suspense. The music is amazing, so I definitely recommend that one. And if we're looking for movies that started the slasher genre, this came way before Halloween and all that lot. This is Fright, made in 1971, starring Susan George, Anna Blackman, George Cole, Dennis Waterman's in there. It's basically a classic tale of a babysitter in the middle of nowhere being asked to babysit a child in this huge mansion. It's just well worth watching. The less I say about this, the better. If you get the chance to watch it, I would highly, highly recommend it. I'm looking forward to watching this on Blu-ray. It is just a cracking film, and I will tell you more about that when I've actually watched it. Also, The Man Who Haunted Himself, Roger Moore, giving a career-defining performance as, I believe his name is Harold Pelham. Again, it's one of those movies that you have to watch. The less I say about this, the better. I think it's about 1971 again, so this will be not long before he took over as Bond. But it's a cracking film and definitely worth a look if you get the chance. It's one of those that you start and you can't let go. And finally, I had this little beauty, Breathless. It's a lovely set, this. The movie itself is a French film. It was one of the first of what you would class as the French New Wave. I believe it was about 1959 it was made. Again, it's one that you have to watch. It's a superb, superb film, obviously subtitled. And what you get in here, you get a copy of the soundtrack on vinyl, which I'm looking forward to playing. I love the music in this. You get this rather handsome looking poster, if I can open it. Oh God, there we go. It's going to be one of those days. There we go. So I'm very likely going to have that framed and put up somewhere back there. We've also got some stills, press cards, whatever you choose to call them. There we go. Kind of thing. Basically just scenes from the film. There we go. So it's a nice little set. You've got a book. Well, I am hopeless at this, flicking through books. Here we go. It's just basically stills, posters, a little bit of background history on the movie. Well worth a read. And finally, the movie itself, which you get on Blu-ray and 4K. This is going to be another one I'm looking forward to watching on 4K when I finally get around to getting a 4K set up, which is not going to be just yet, but I am looking forward to getting it at some point. So that's all of that. That's pretty much everything I had for Christmas this year. Let's see. There is, I was having a conversation at work this week. Basically been asking people what their favourite movies are. And I got around to the question, what is the most disturbing movie that you've ever seen? That's a loaded question. I've had quite a few suggestions. A lot of them I've never heard of. But I intend to give them a go. There was one called Megan is Missing that somebody recommended to me. I actually found the trailer for it yesterday, and it looks nasty, really, really nasty. But it's a bit of a challenge, so I'll give it a go. I sat through one last week called Kill List. Ben Wheatley's, well, I won't say his debut because I always seem to get this wrong, but it was one of his early films. And it is probably one of the most vile, unpleasant, awful films I think I've ever seen. It's really, really well done, but the violence in it is absolutely horrendous. I was watching, there was a certain scene in there I had to literally mute the sound, and I was watching it like this. It was absolutely awful. It's not one I intend to revisit. I'll tell you more about it when I've got the right head on, but it's not one I would recommend for anybody with a weak stomach, let's put it that way, which includes me as it goes. Right, that's pretty much it. If you've got any movies that you want me to take a look at, preferably obviously something that I've not seen, but anything at all, anything you think I might find a little bit emotive that I can have a rant about, just let me know. Obviously, if you enjoy the videos, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. That would be very much appreciated. That's pretty much it for today. I'll be back again hopefully next week. So take care. Have a good weekend, what's left of it, and I will talk to you all again soon. Bye bye.